Hi, and welcome to Trapping Inc.'s Scuttlebutt podcast, coming to you from our basement.
And who would you be, little girl?
Oh, I'm Sandy Mellon, and the handsome fella to my left is my good husband, Richard.
Hi, I'm Rich. We did podcast today. We got a lot of ground to cover here. We got a lot of things we want to do. First thing I want to mention is people have been asking, but most of the podcasts that go up on YouTube now are just audio. And that's because our video podcasts, like this one, this will be the exception. But all the other video podcasts are up at trappinginc.locals.com. That is our community, and they go up there ad-free. You get to interact with us. It's really important to us. But today we are doing kind of a hybrid podcast.
Yes.
We're going to talk about stuff that's going on, make several really big announcements, and then we're also going to show some video. So that's why I'm going to put this up on YouTube as well as put it up on trappinginc.locals.com.
Well, and some of that video for people who are watchers of the show will be in our season 7.
Yep. Yeah, for
but
sure.
you get first view.
Yeah. First announcement is our new website is up.
Yay! Finally, it's been
Yeah.
a long time coming, but we've had an expert working with us, and that's, I think, worked out really well.
It has. He has done very good work for us. We're doing some more training this week on SEO, which is search engine optimization. Bet you didn't know that.
You're absolutely right. I did not.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I'm acting all smart here, but I learned it yesterday.
You know, it's never a bad day if you learn something, though, right?
Absolutely. So the new website's up. Our new shop is up, like the store.
The store. Right.
And there is also from the store, if because mostly what we sell is just hoodies and toques and that kind of stuff on our store. But you can also get to our TeePublic
Correct.
store as well. And there's T-shirts, there's everything you ever want.
There's all kinds of things
Yep,
on
yep.
there that we can't house physically. We can't house
But
here.
if you want our coffee, if you want the Wolverine brand
Yes.
smoked coffee,
That has to come through the store, and we do have that. We just got delivery of 95 pounds.
yeah.
So we have lots.
Well, actually, it's selling. It's selling fast. And one of the things I want you to know is that I can't control shipping. So if you're going to order coffee, don't just order one, order 3. It's the same amount of shipping because we're going into a minimum size box.
Yes.
Also.
I was just going to say the also.
Okay.
You can. Oh.
No, I'm not going to steal your thunder.
Oh. Also, for orders that are coming in, I think it's for $5, correct? You get a DVD.
Actually, no, the DVD is completely free.
Oh, the DVD is completely free. Okay, so when we were involved in Outdoor Quest TV, that was a hunting series that still carries on with TJ Schwanke and Vanessa Harrop, but they were our partners prior. And we have a set of, there's 4 different videos, correct?
Yep, 4 different DVDs.
Right. So that is available for people who order from us, not from TeePublic, because that won't go through them. Same as coffee.
Yep. If you buy a hoodie, you get a free video. If you buy a coffee, you get a free video. We're just giving away. There's 4 different titles there. There's Hunting in New Zealand.
Yes.
And I think each one of these have like 15, 16, 17 hunts on each
They're
one of the DVDs.
good value. They are good value.
There's one that's moose and caribou.
Yes.
There's another that is western deer, so whitetail and muleys.
Yes.
And then there's one called Big Game, and that has your Idaho cougar hunt on it.
Oh,
It has a bunch of bighorn stone sheep, all that kind of
That
stuff.
was a day or 2 ago, that Idaho cougar hunt. That was the year, right? That was the winter right after I got chucked off my horse and broke my arm real bad. And that was the first time I'd been back on horseback. And there we were in the mountains in the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness.
I like
Scary
that.
title.
But you know what? On the map, and it might be just because they haven't got enough room to put all that on there. But on a map, it's just called the Frank Church Wilderness.
Yeah, it wasn't until we got there that it said River of No Return. Surprise! So anyway, we had just a great time with Travis.
Yeah.
He was just an exceptional guide, and I do believe he's still in business. So, but that was a day or two ago.
That was.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you order a coffee, you get a free video. If you order a hoodie, you get a free video. You order a toque, you get a free video.
Yes.
There's all of it is there, and we just want to. Otherwise, I found all of these. We're cleaning up. I should tell the whole story, shouldn't I?
Oh God. It's always dangerous when he says he should tell the whole story because we could be here for a while.
Well, no, the shelves collapsed in my gun room.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, it was because I have an incredible amount of
Had.
of ammunition and bullets and everything. But it's when I was cleaning this up and rebuilding things and everything else, I discovered these cases of these DVDs.
This is the problem when only two of us live here because it's a big house and we don't go into all the rooms all the time. So there you go. Anyway, but for all of you, it was a really good thing that the shelves collapsed.
Yes. And for our folks who are on trappinginc.locals.com, I'm trying to figure out some way just to give you all the DVDs. I just trying to figure out some way to handle the shipping because I don't mind giving away the DVDs, but the shipping gets expensive.
Yeah, well, that's just it. So we'll figure something out there. But that's another still big announcement. I think we have announced this before, but we're just sort of plugging it, right? The contest.
Well, yeah, okay, but before we do that, let's talk about on trappinginc.locals.com. We are giving away a trip with us. And even better, I guess for some people it might be, I don't know. You will be on a episode of Trapping Inc. And it's going on right now. You have to be a subscriber on trappinginc.locals.com
To enter as well as to be drawn. So
That's right.
You can't just enter and then not continue your subscription. You have to be a member when we draw.
There are two ways to subscribe. You can go month to month, and it's
Yes.
$5 a month, and that entitles you to all of our
Everything.
all of our videos, everything, all of our seasons. As you're aware, on YouTube and Amazon Prime, we quit after season 5. We quit putting up on them. So season 6 and season 7 are available on trappinginc.locals.com, and that's the only place they're going to be. We're not going to subject ourselves to the censorship or anything else out on the broader net. So
And also, all of the articles. I mean, there's just a plethora of reasons why.
we have a community there, and
Exactly.
people are posting their own pictures, their own videos.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun going on there, and we're hoping to be able to do a live thing.
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as this bleepy bleep virus thing is done.
We're getting close to the end, though, folks. We are in Canada here anyway, and in Alberta, which is the province that we live in. Vaccinations are going in the right direction to the point where hopefully by the end of June we will be open.
I'm hoping
should be
for
nice.
the international border to open on the 1st of
Well,
July.
we are because the National Trapping Convention is going to be it's in Ohio this year.
Iowa.
Iowa.
It's
in Iowa this year, and we didn't get to
by a
go
little bit.
by just a little bit. We didn't get to go last year, obviously, because of all of this nonsense, and so this year we're really hoping that we can get in the vehicle and drive down to see you.
But once again, we wandered off the path here
Yes,
and
we
got lost.
did.
Two ways, two ways to subscribe on trappinginc.locals.com. One is $5 a month, or for a limited time special, and I'm not throwing in a set of Ginsu knives with this, but limited time special. If you do the annual We have an annual sign up now.
Yes.
We will give you 2 months free.
Right. And that's quite a bargain, really. I mean, $5 a month is it's a bargain anyway, but you can get a bigger bargain if you sign up for a whole year.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
It costs $50 instead of 60.
Yeah.
So one of the things I want to talk about here is, and this is going to be the hybrid part, is we had to do some preparation to have company out there.
That's right.
We've always had 3 cabins on our trap line, 3 cabins in our yard site, and I don't know that we've ever showed the other cabin much.
No,
there's the
but we
skinny
have
shed
had
and-
friends that have come out and stayed in that bunkhouse cabin before, but it's not frequently used. And the first contest that we ran was 3 years ago, coming up 3 years ago. Mm-hmm.
At least 3.
Yeah, at least 3 years ago. Anyway, they were in the bunkhouse, and it was a comfortable place then, but just as the years have gone on, the weathering has taken its toll, and so we had to do some things outside and inside.
Yeah, well, I didn't build it.
No,
I didn't build it, and so there was some improvements, some stuff that had to be taken care of, and I don't know. Let's just
roll it.
roll it right now. Watch. Hey, Rich here. Sandy and I are pleased at the rapid growth of our exclusive community, Trapping Inc. at locals.com. We created the community to connect more closely with our fans, friends, and supporters without the interference and censorship of social media companies. Because this community is subscriber exclusive, there is no censored photos, shadow banning, and deplatforming as happens on Twitter and Facebook. Trolls are non-existent, as not a one will spend a nickel and put their money where their mouth is to protest on a paid site. You know it. We are steadily moving all Trapping Inc. YouTube videos and podcasts as quickly as time and bandwidth allow. We're tickled and surprised to see how large of library we must move. As well, we are sharing articles on trapping and guns and shooting. Our new TV series, Married to the Hunt, videos are here too. Hours and hours of never before released to the internet hunting and fishing from around the world. TrappingInc.locals.com will be the exclusive home of all Trapping Inc. content from the past and into the future. What else is there to do? Well, there's a forum for everyone to post pictures on and interact. You can message us directly on TrappingInc.locals.com, as well as interact with all the other subscribers. These are all people with common interests. Get in here. This whole venture is about taking the Trapping Inc. TV community to the next level, building a community of shared interest and interacting with all of our friends. Who knows where we can go from here? Just go to locals.com and sign up for a free account. Then search for Trapping Inc. and subscribe for $5 a month. That's it. Go to locals.com to open a free account and then subscribe for $5 a month to Trapping Inc. Help us spread the truth about a way of life and the responsible, ethical management of the wild resources. TrappingInc.locals.com. Now back to the show.
May Day, May the 1st. And you can still see there is good ice out there. As a matter of fact, if I could get out there, I could walk on it. We're a little bit cloudy, but it looks like it's sunshine in behind. We have a big day planned today. We got lots of work to do. I'll take a minute here and I'm going to show you exactly what all's got to be done. Let's get to her.
Hey, you need a hand?
This one's okay. It's the next one.
There's always another one.
Sometimes, I don't know, I guess they look like a good idea, but I don't know where that would actually fit. You know, it's almost like it's for an ice fishing shack, but not a portable ice fish. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's heavy.
Yep.
It's not really convenient portable, but this one will be better. This one will keep the heat in this cabin for a lot longer.
Oh, no question. Just a minute. Are we moving a bunch of ashes? No.
I thought I had cleaned it out yet. This is the one that used to be the big cabin.
Yeah.
That's away here, and then we got that really nice one.
Probably for
Jake.
30 years, because
Yeah, they don't make these any longer.
Sears. See
Yeah,
that?
Sears. Wonder how many years it's been since Sears has had this.
Since they've had stoves?
Yeah, a good long while. Well, I mean, Sears doesn't exist anymore, so.
No. Can you lift over there? Or?
I'm gonna have to get underneath it.
Just a minute here. Let's right underneath. You good?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
This is gonna take another plan. Hang on.
Are you just pulling that whole piece of wood in, or what are you doing?
Yeah, let's you just push a little bit, okay?
1 second. Gloves. Wait.
Okay.
There we go. Oh. Wow.
You know, water got underneath and the
Yeah.
rust, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll clean up or not, but
Wait a-
here, you wanna take that piece of plywood out?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So do we have to cut this off? a
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah, I have a bottom tee. I brought a
Yeah.
bottom tee because it's got to be connected back in there.
Yeah.
This has got to be set over. You know what? We should probably pull that propane off the wall while we're
Does
doing
it
this.
just hang here or what?
Yeah.
And it's not like there must be a connection that goes outside.
Yes, there is, but we'll take that off. We'll get this all connected, get it out of the way because it's not going to be here anymore.
No. Okay.
Eventually, I want to put it in our big.
Yeah, in the big
cabin.
Yeah,
But-
I was just looking to see. Well, I am gonna need more fire starter, more firewood.
Yeah.
Don't worry, everybody. It's all gonna be ship shape for you. By the
It's
time.
actually a nice cabin.
It's an excellent cabin. It's
Like
a
I mean,
little-
look at the size. Like whoa.
Yeah. So how big would this be? Probably 12 by
16.
12 by 16.
Maybe a little more.
It really is just a bunkhouse. The people who had
By
the
20.
trap line before,
12 by 20.
their kids would come out here, and this would be where that family.
Actually, 16 by 20 is what it is.
Oh wow!
Just counting the 4-foot sheets
Yeah.
here. It's about 16 or 18 by 20. Yeah, it's nice. It's beautiful. I never noticed that there was a piece of board missing off the ceiling.
I didn't either until we were looking here the other day.
So I'm gonna have to fix that up.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Hey, let's go outside and take a look at what all the day is about here
Oh
today.
yeah, exactly. There's a bit of a day involved today.
Well, this cabin we have totally ignored, which is
Yeah.
a shame because we haven't needed it, right?
Exactly.
So take this,
Okay.
and because we haven't needed it, and because we didn't build it, we didn't really pay any attention. But you can see this here.
Yeah.
Squirrels are getting in here,
Yeah.
and
And it's rotten.
it's rotten. So there's two things that's got to be done here. Is I got to replace this and get it sealed back in so that the squirrels can't get in. Eventually, this tree's going to have to go.
Yeah.
I have to fix this.
Yeah.
This is what I have to remove here. This is propane and hookup and everything
Yeah.
goes into here.
Yeah.
I'll take all that out and then we'll seal that back up. That all along there, and then we hauled a bunch of I pre-cut the plywood, pressure treated plywood that's going to go underneath the soffit.
Yeah.
And even brought you the new safety ladder.
Brought me the new safety ladder.
Well, I'll use the old shaky one. But
Oh.
see, this side's even worse
Yeah, this side is worse.
because it doesn't get any sunshine.
No.
And this tree is right here. And the
Yeah.
squirrels, well, you can see the snares on here. I've been snaring squirrels here for years. And I have squirrels hanging here, and there's
Yeah.
snares on every one of these. But this tree, I think I'm going to cut down today. And it'll fall right out here. And
Oh, it couldn't be more perfect. It's got a great alleyway to fall there.
doesn't,
so-
as long as it doesn't hit the outhouse over there. That's pretty important.
Yeah, I think it's leaning in the right
No,
direction.
it's going to go right this way. But like I say, we've never used the cabin. It's always just been here, and now it is time to do some fixing up. We don't want
We don't want our guests to think they're staying in the Hanoi Hilton, just the Hilton.
Yeah.
Let's get to her.
Well, that was about as perfect as it could get.
Well, I wanted to pull it more, but it didn't pull.
Yeah.
The big roots on the bottom, I had to cut it so that it didn't pull too much to get your outhouse. But it'll
That
work,
would be
yeah.
a catastrophe.
Yeah. Get her cleaned up a bit. Next time out, we'll bring the Range Road 34-ton splitter,
Okay.
and we will start turning that into firewood. You notice I've cut it a different length. A lot of what's in our woodshed is 20-inch stuff, which goes into that old stove real well, and the new one likes 16 to 18-inch better. And I got the word from the boss that I should be cutting 16 and 18 inch. So I got the boss cleaning out the woodshed. I bet not many people knew that there was such a thing as spring cleaning the wood pile, right?
No, I don't think so. I've cleaned out that wood shed and I've put the long stuff out here for our fire pit. And then we'll start choppy in this year's. I don't know if it'll be this weekend.
Now we get to see what you did today.
Oh, well, you were busy tearing things apart and getting everything hauled out here. I came in here and just started taking the long stuff out. I piled a bunch of it over at that cabin over there. Restacked some of the short stuff in here, but this is all long stuff here. And
look at it.
it's like Jenga.
It's like I wouldn't walk in front of it.
No.
Look at this.
I know, right? So anyway, and a lot of this stuff is frozen down.
Still
here.
frozen.
It's still frozen. There's quite a bit of ice down here. So.
Yeah, no kidding, it's still frozen.
Yeah.
Well, you did a lot though, holy cow.
Yeah.
And that's all long stuff that we're going to move there, huh?
Yeah, long stuff that's either going to be for the fire pit or it's going to be for that bunkhouse.
Oh, there you go.
So that'll be good. And then that tree that you knocked down next to that cabin that we were repairing today, that will buck up into the shorter wood and get it stacked in here. We'll put it to the back. That's what I'm trying to do, is move all the old stuff forward so we use it first, and then get the long stuff out of here too.
Yeah, well, that tree that I knocked down it had some dead near the top, so I mean it was going to come anyway, but
Yeah.
there's still a lot of green on it, so yeah, we'll want to give it some time to cure.
Yeah. Well, it was perfect. It was a perfect day.
I can't begin to explain how important that Argo is for us, and the trailers that we have for it, for hauling the wood, for hauling the tools, hauling the material.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, we've done both sides of the roof now, and those are 16-foot sheets. Well, there's only one way to get them out here.
Yep.
You know, It's not a simple deal, but the Argo makes it simple. This is the 4-wheel model, and it's actually the bottom off of a 6x6. The other one is 8-wheel, and it's the bottom off an 8x8.
Yeah.
And man, let me tell you, that one hauls a load.
Yeah, it sure does.
So, whoever built this, and it wasn't me, built it out of OSB. Now, OSB is a wonderful construction product, but it is made to be covered. It's not meant to be exposed. And it's just made out of flakes of wood. So as it rots, then it becomes soft and easy for the squirrels, and the squirrels get in there. Unbelievably, that they can come down off of that roof, and they can get a hold of that fascia and hold on and get in that way. They don't even have to have a tree to jump from. But what I'm going to do is I'm putting pressure treated on the soffit, and it will they'll never be able to get through it. And then I'm going to put plywood on for the fascia, but I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm going to put some aluminum fascia all over top so they can't chew through it ever. I don't have the aluminum with me today, but that'll be another day. But that's my permanent solution for this.
That and getting rid of that big tree.
Yeah, they're highway. What are you doing hiding over there?
It's raining.
Yes, it's raining. Where's the worst place to be when it rains? Underneath the eaves. Well, we have ducked and dodged around a few storms today.
Yep.
But there we have it. It's replaced. Now, I got to put a drip cap on yet, which slides up underneath my tin and comes over, but I also got to put aluminum fascia on to seal that, right? So that it can never rot again. And what's underneath will never ever rot because it'll never get wet. But I didn't have any of that with me, and it doesn't look like I would have got it done today anyway.
Well, now we can relax for, I don't know, an hour, and then it's supper time.
Well, I was supposed to be installing a chimney too, but I guess not today.
Oh well, can't do everything in one day.
So today we finish this. What's going to happen is I'm taking what's called fascia. It's not overly dirty from the trip out, but it is a little dirty. And it goes up like this. Obviously, I need to trim it just a hair, not much. It's going to fit in there good. And then we have, this is called drip cap, or drip edge, pardon me. And it's going to go up underneath, like up the roof, underneath the tin there, and come over top. We'll effectively seal that edge, and we won't have this problem anymore. They could have, whoever built this, if they would have just ran this tin an inch past.
Yeah.
If they would just ran it an inch past, we would have had none of these problems. But I don't know. I guess they figure that, you know, flush should be good. People, right? Anyway, I got to put on the belt here. So you probably need to turn off the camera because this whole thing will shock people. How many years have I wore the belt, honey?
Oh, For as long as I've known you, and a few more before that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
probably 50 years.
Long time. Not 50. God, I would have started when I was 12. Well, that's more right. Anyway, I got work to do. My OCD bugs me. Normally now you'd have a set of eaves troughs that go in here, and you'd never see none of that. But trust me, if you have aluminum fascia and drip cap on your house, you have this. You have the small ripples now. It just happens. It's not a big deal. However, we're now set for a lifetime. I don't ever have to worry about squirrels or rot or water ever again. Now I got to go do a fireplace in the chimney. This side is all nice and done. Looks beautiful. Ooh, ah. So the first thing this is where the fireplace goes on the inside. This is that propane heater. It's got to come out of here. Now, don't laugh at my little tiny delicate crescent wrench, but I can't find anything else. This off. I actually want to take and put this propane heater in the big cabin, just so that we can try and keep the place at 0 while we're gone.
It's a lot more comfortable to come out here.
And start at 0 than
start at 0 than start at -20.
Yeah.
Gunner wants in the worst way to know what you're doing here.
I know.
But he's always somewhat in the wrong spot.
He's always. All right. I don't know what these people that built these, I think we're crazy. There we go. Okay, well, I have some insulation out here, and I'm just going to put a big piece of square over top of it. Time to move inside, get that pulled out. We are at the tipping point. I'm done tearing things apart, and I need to start putting things back together. Okay. Actually, the date is going really smooth. I don't know why I should sound so shocked. Well, we have the chimney in place. We got some real bush style bracketing going on there, but whatever, it works. It works. And I see that the official inspection's going on because there's smoke coming out of the chimney. Let's take a look at what the engineering inspector says. How's it going in there?
Well, I'm some kind of an inspector, but I don't think it's engineering.
Well, the Queen of Fire gives it her official stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Well,
it's wow. Yeah, that didn't take very long, actually. Little bit of jury rigging, got it together.
I lost a little flesh in a few spots,
Yeah.
But you got like some pipe from 2020, the stove from 1920, and I see that this originally came from Sears.
Yeah, Sears right here.
Yeah,
and it's the Miramichi.
Yeah.
And then down at the bottom it says Deluxe.
An automatic wood heater.
Yeah.
Does that mean that somebody like you comes with it all the time to keep it filled?
I don't think so. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Well, we had a good day. We got lots done. So our guests will be warm and dry.
Oh yeah, they'll start this up once and sweat for days.
Yep.
Hey, Rich here. Sandy and I are pleased at the rapid growth of our exclusive community, Trapping Inc. at locals.com. We created the community to connect more closely with our fans, friends, and supporters without the interference and censorship of social media companies. Because this community is subscriber exclusive, there is no censored photos, shadow banning, and deplatforming as happens on Twitter and Facebook. Trolls are non-existent, as not a one will spend a nickel and put their money where their mouth is to protest on a paid site. You know it. We are steadily moving all Trapping Inc. YouTube videos and podcasts as quickly as time and bandwidth allow. We're tickled and surprised to see how large of library we must move. As well, we are sharing articles on trapping and guns and shooting. Our new TV series, Married to the Hunt, videos are here too. Hours and hours of never before released to the internet hunting and fishing from around the world. TrappingInc.locals.com will be the exclusive home of all Trapping Inc. content from the past and into the future. What else is there to do? Well, there's a forum for everyone to post pictures on and interact. You can message us directly on TrappingInc.locals.com, as well as interact with all the other subscribers. These are all people with common interests. Get in here. This whole venture is about taking the Trapping Inc. TV community to the next level, building a community of shared interest and interacting with all of our friends. Who knows where we can go from here? Just go to locals.com and sign up for a free account. Then search for Trapping Inc. and subscribe for $5 a month. That's it. Go to locals.com to open a free account and then subscribe for $5 a month to Trapping Inc. Help us spread the truth about a way of life and the responsible, ethical management of the wild resources. TrappingInc.locals.com. Now back to the show. So there you go. Looks pretty cozy, doesn't it?
It is cozy. Gets really warm in there really quickly. So no one's going to be cold. You may be opening windows. In fact, we had guests out there when we had that little stove in there, and that guy burns. It kind of flares.
Oh, yeah. It's almost
right?
like an explosion.
Yeah. But there they were. They were both smokers at the time, and there they were standing out on the deck in January, I believe it was, having a cigarette in their underwear. They told us about it. We didn't glance out the window and happen to see them, but they said it was nice and toasty warm in there anyway.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then you'll see the tree that came down, obviously. We got that cut up. And
we took and finished bucking it up and hauled it, and we brought out the Range Road 34-ton kinetic splitter. That is a fast machine.
It is a fast machine, and it's really convenient to get it out there, right? We don't use the big, what do you call that?
Oh, the processor?
The big processor. That's what we have set up at home.
Yeah, for doing the birchwood, because we bring the birchwood in
Yes.
logging truck loads. But you really like the new this year's Argo.
Well, we just got it. I think that was the first weekend we had it, wasn't it not?
Yep.
So it's a right-hand drive where all the others...
it's a left-hand drive.
Or sorry, it's a left-hand drive.
Yeah.
The others have been a right-hand drive, or you've been able to move...
You could shift it over, yeah.
Move it. So this one is not movable, and it is a left-hand drive. So that's awesome. And then it's got a finger control on it rather than to crank it for the throttle.
The finger throttle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can start it in gear. And anyway, there's lots of things to like about it, that's for sure. And then, it's really convenient for moving either that already split wood that I moved out of the woodshed over to where I stacked it by the fire pit, or to move all those big...
Let's take a sec here and let's watch.
Oh.
Watch how this goes and how quickly you can split it. That wood splits.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Check it out.
Just wait, Sam. I'll show you what this looks like when we run it through the splitter. You should have one of these.
I actually made that little bit of video for my grandson, Sam. That's why I said, Sam, check this out. And he
Yeah.
was so excited that Grandpa made TV for him.
Yeah. Well, we have 3 grandsons and
4 granddaughters.
and 4 granddaughters.
We are
but,
so blessed.
Yeah, we sure are. Nathaniel, he came out with us, and a lot of people would have seen that on season 6.
7.
Season 6? Oh no, that was season 7.
Yes.
So you may have seen him already. He every time I see him, Grandma really would like to come back out and go trapping with you and Grandpa. So
I
I'm
don't
sure
know,
we'll,
but he put the stink in the bag on us on that
Well,
one. Let me tell you.
because we caught 2 skunks.
But we didn't catch hardly nothing.
Oh, that's
And
true.
I mean,
Except the skunks.
Yeah, I don't know. I can have a chat with the boy first and make sure he has.
So Sam is the oldest of the 3 grandsons, and he's going to be 7 this year.
yeah.
And Nathaniel's going to be 6, and then their little cousin lives in Saskatchewan, and he's only going to be 3 this fall. But he hasn't been over here yet to go trapping with Grandpa.
No, he can't even. He wouldn't be able to tell me what he wants just yet.
He's a ranch kid though.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
I'd be busy tracking him down, trying to find him. He'd just take off and away.
He goes trucking. Yeah, he does.
Well, we are going to have an episode this season of the Non-Gear Traps. You've seen on trappinginc.locals.com. You've seen the first review or what's in the box video I did and showed how they worked. And we actually did get to take out and use them this spring. Spring rat trapping is much different than the fall. You have a lot less rats.
Well, yeah, because if they're going to die, they usually die in the wintertime.
Yes, that's any disease, any weakness, whatever, shows up in the harsher conditions of winter. And the other thing is that I had already trapped the heck out of all of my muskrat spots.
Yeah.
Going into the winter, I just do that. That's the way it is. So this was a really good test of them, and they turned out really well.
Well, and we caught all big rats. But
yeah,
but Richard will show you how at least one of those traps is designed so that the smaller ones can get out.
Oh yeah. And anyway, you'll find that on one of our episodes. It went. I think it'll probably be episode 11 or 12 or something for season
You're getting
7.
close to having everything all edited for this year.
I think I have 10 done. I've got.
Yeah, so we only have 3 left.
Yeah.
To do.
Yeah, what's this?
It's the royal we.
You have a mouse in your pocket? Or?
No, not me.
And another thing that I want to talk about here is we actually had an auction happen, and although it still was mostly an internet auction, the demand is very strong because somehow mink farms got COVID, and so they've killed all the mink, and it has created some strange demands. Red squirrels were pulling a $2 average.
That hasn't been for the longest time. The auctions weren't even taking squirrels.
Well, fur harvesters always did. North American fur auctions didn't for a while because they just weren't selling. So I did some research on this, and I talked with a fellow who's going to be on upcoming podcast, Greg Schroeder, from Fur Harvesters. And I says, what caused the demand on squirrels? And he says 2 things. One thing, a lot of squirrels come out of Russia, and he says the squirrel numbers are down in Russia, and that is also hurting their marten numbers. Where our marten here don't so much live on squirrels as they live on voles and mice. Theirs really depend on the squirrels.
Oh.
But what they do is they make what they call plates. So if you can imagine, they take and produce a sheet of squirrels that are tanned and then sewed together, and it'll be 3 feet by 4 feet.
Oh.
And then they will cut out of this plate. They will cut out the lining for a coat. Like this is a very big fashion thing. Is lining the coats with squirrels and muskrats.
Oh,
And
can you imagine how luxurious that would be?
Well, the thing about the squirrel is it's extremely light.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, wow, it would be very,
well,
very
and
light.
muskrats are pretty light too. Like they're not as light as a squirrel, but they're not heavy.
Well, and a lot of times when they make the plate out of muskrat, they'll shear it, so it's even lighter.
Oh
But the squirrel,
my goodness.
it's one of those
I
toss-ups,
am
right?
loving this story right here.
I got to go see this happen. I got to see this being done.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Anyway, muskrats were strong too, and it's funny because I had a whole bunch of muskrats there, and when I sent them in, they took all my first and second selects, 2X and 3XL, and they sold them private treaty, and I got $350 US for each of them. I understand what they were doing. They were just trying to move stock. Nobody had a crystal ball to see what the auction was going to be like and all.
No.
Then it turned out that all of my 2X, 3X damaged. Now, damage on a muskrat happens really, really easy because they've got bite marks.
Yeah.
And even if they have a healed bite mark, that scar can be considered a damage as well,
Right.
because it might come apart there through the tanning process.
Right.
So even though you haven't done anything wrong, you still might get a damage mark on it. And I understand that. Muskrats are vicious little critters. So all of my 2X and 3X damaged then went for $5 and $6 each. So my selects would have went for a lot more. I don't fault them for a second. Don't think that I'm complaining. They were trying so hard just to put money in trappers' pockets.
And that is exactly the point, right? Is that there just hasn't been a normalized. This is the second auction season that has been disrupted because of COVID, and when you think about everything that everyone is trying to do to maintain some sort of normalcy and to not interrupt too much, it's going to be anyway, but not interrupt too much of the revenue stream for trappers. They did the best they absolutely could. And then, of course, I mean, with NAFA not being in the game any longer, I wonder, because they were tied to some fur farms, and I wonder if the mink and whatnot were affected by that.
Oh, the mink farms were everywhere. Other than, I believe, the Seattle area, their mink farms survived it, but everything else they got some kind of COVID or whatever, and they've killed them all off. So there's a huge demand.
Yeah,
and that's what's pressuring the muskrat, especially. Muskrat is tied to the price of a female mink, and there's just no female mink, so muskrat's getting very strong again. All this talk. This is the one thing we've always looked at, and we allowed wild fur to be delegated to the
trim market.
Yeah, the trim market. We were just that's all the value we had, and in a lot of ways, the proud trapping tradition and our history and everything was being used to justify those mink farms, and I'm not really happy about it.
And we're terrific competition.
For
and certainly wild fur can't compete. I mean, you can't compete with a farm raised mink.
Well, no, because we're far more expensive in the fact that you don't have that. They're not mutated genes. They're not
uniform.
They're not clones of one another, and so you might need to have a third more mink skins to make of wild mink to match for size and color and texture and all that to make that mink coat. It's a big deal, but fox. I think Matt, our oldest boy, told me he sold like 12 fox for like $17 or something. There's just nothing there because there's still fox farms, right?
Yes.
Coyote was really strong.
Yes.
And all of my stuff graded heavy, and 1-2, that kind of stuff. I sent everything. I had 3 that I didn't skin. They weren't mangy, but they had
the shoulder mite.
They had dog louse so bad that they were practically naked across the front. But I sent 3 that had that much of the ruff missing, like you'd
just a band of it,
like you did a
shear.
You'd mowed it with a pair of clippers. That was the very beginning of the shoulder mite, right? And even with that, all of my coyotes still averaged just about 89-47 or something for all of my coyotes. So I was really pleased at what my coyotes how my coyotes sold. Another thing that was strong again was lynx, and I had 3 lynx that were in there left over and pulled a $70 average.
We have a lot of our lynx out being tanned right now.
Yeah, but we have a lot more lynx out there that are just sitting in the freezer right now. So I think I'm going to be sending them. Anyway, the future is there, folks. Like, I mean, it's looking good for fur, and
Things are looking brighter.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the day that we actually have a real live auction.
Yeah, I know when the buyers can actually come, and like we said at near the top of this podcast, is that we're really hoping that the Canadian-U.S. border can be opened. Canadian-U.S. border for sure, but then a lot of the buyers come from China, from Russia, from other European Union countries. So we are hoping for a return by January next year.
For sure. We'll
good travel.
Real.
And so we can go somewhere too, quite selfishly. But we want to get on a plane sometime soon too.
I'm told you're on the first plane smoking.
Maybe. The rumors may be true.
So, don't forget, you want to be one of the stars of Trapping Ink TV. You want to come spend 3 days, and we have a disclaimer. If you go to trappingink.locals.com, there's a disclaimer on there. We're warning you what it could be like, what the weather could be like, and that outhouse sounds glamorous. It's really not glamorous. So you want to join us and sign up for your chance. The draw will happen on the long weekend of September, first weekend of September.
Yes, it's the long weekend here is Labor Day long weekend, and so we will do the draw that weekend, and that gives everybody a chance to make their travel arrangements.
Because we'll be looking at going the first week of December. Because everything's open.
Yes.
You'll be able to check for marten, for fisher, for otter, for lynx, for wolf, for coyote.
We don't typically trap beaver at that time of year. We would usually wait till January.
I got somebody who's going to be on a shovel digging out. We're trapping
beware
beaver.
Then. And you have good accommodations, and you just have to get yourself to Grand Prairie, and we'll get you the rest of the way. Don't forget about the free video offers, the free DVD offers out there for anything that you order from our store. Don't forget to be a member of Locals.
And that if you sign up for an annual year, we're giving you 2 months free.
Yep, exactly. Two. Count them, 2.
I hope you've enjoyed this. We had a lot of fun, actually. It creates a lot of work when you're just doing a job to continue to move that camera and film while you're working, right?
But still, it's not only is it interesting because lots and lots of people tell us that they love to see what we do around the cabin in the off season. So that's fun, but it's also really good historic for us too. Is like, what year did we do that? Or, oh yeah, I forgot we did that. Yeah. Or whatever. So those kinds of things are really good for heritage reasons, if nothing else, even to pass on down to our grandkids. So
yeah, someday somebody will be sitting around and saying, they'll have this flickering old footage up there, and look at this. It was only filmed in 4K.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Can you believe it? And there's Grandma and Grandpa out there just doing their thing. So,
all right. Thanks for joining us, and maybe we'll see you down the trail.
See ya.